Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a motto, Tomlin and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't. It's a wild ride. Sitting up is galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, and it is a B day. Especially this week, as SATs, so I hope everybody has recovered. You can take them again in June if you need to. And the next thing we're looking forward to is the new pep rally next Friday.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. A lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm for the new program that's coming up. So that's should be exciting.
It's going to be awesome.
In dodgeball, we're assembling the team, I'm assuming.
We are.
That's good.
Are you participating?
We'll see. We'll see if we'll participate.
He has to be one of our two MCs over on the
Oh,
side.
that's right.
It's a shame we got rid of the ESPN desk. This would be a perfect.
Oh, no, yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
yeah.
Finally, after 20 years, we need the thing.
Yes.
It was still out there too for a while. I mean, it was in pieces, but and we wouldn't be the Ocho. What would we be? What's
The Wava?
yes, I don't know. What's 10?
I only know in French.
I don't. Yeah, I only know Italian. I don't know. I guess we'll have to have someone on and help us out coming up with the next one. All right. Today, in the history, we had a couple things that was going on. The first one that we had was missing from my list right here. There we go. There we go. The Beatles made history, including the top 5 spots on the U.S. Billboard 100 chart at the same time, and no other artist has repeated that feat. 5.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, all top 5 spots.
Wait,
in
Taylor
Wow.
Swift hasn't done that?
No, you would think.
Yeah.
She might have gotten close, but I guess she hasn't had all 5. I would have to check that to see how close she got to it, because it does seem like she's always in the top 5. Today's birthday, Robert Downey Jr., and you might know him from the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Iron Man. And
Wrong
today,
Iron Man.
no,
Wrong.
that's the right Iron Man. Today is also International Carrot Day, not International Carrot Top Day. International Carrot Day. It's not about the comedian. It's a day dedicated to celebrating one of the world's most popular and nutritious vegetables. A lot of bunnies today. Countries even hold carrot-themed festivals and events for Carrot Day. What's up, Doc? Going on in the building today, we don't have too many things going on this afternoon. Next Friday will be entirely different. We're going to change the schedule a little bit, don't we, next week?
Next Friday, yep, advisory at the end of the day, extended. It's going to be the same schedule as the senior projects.
So it's only about 5-minute shorter classes just to add to the end of the day. So that's not too bad. April is School Library Month. Why don't you pick up a book and read? And if you don't know what to read, go down to the Media Center and ask them. They'll help you out. And April 4th is School Librarian Day. So swing into the Media Center and say how do to your librarian. Thank her for keeping all those books and projects and everything else, especially the pom-pom polls that she has set up there. And this week it's tacos or burritos. And I think this should be another close one. No, I don't think this is going to be like the Spotify, Apple Music, where it was just like complete left of center. I think this one is definitely going to be closer than that one. And tomorrow it's finally here. Your used clothes drive. Get those used clothes, bring them to St. Anthony's Church parking lot in Prospect, April 5th, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And that's to support the Woodland Girls Swim and Dive team. The spring crafts are in the Media Center as well. You're going to be making pipe cleaner flowers and origami bunnies and chicks. Like I said, I did see them. They did look adorable. And don't forget to donate to the Best Buddies Walk of Connecticut. And that is going to be held on April 27th. So that's coming up as well. And don't forget to charge a Chromebook every night and listen to us every morning. Time now for the news with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Good morning, Cup Stop Stories Saturday. First up, China's finance minister on Friday said it will impose a 34% tariff on all goods imported from the U.S. starting on April 10th, following duties imposed by U.S. President Donald Trump's administration earlier this week.
That's a big one.
That's a huge one. South Korea's Constitutional Court on Friday, staying in Asia, decided to oust President Yoon Suk-yeol, upholding a parliament's impeachment motion over his short-lived imposition of martial law last year. That sparked the country's worst political crisis in decades. With Yoon's ouster, a presidential election is required to take place within 60 days, according to the Constitution. The U.S. Senate has confirmed Trump's Medicare and Medicaid nominee, doctor and former TV personality, Dr. Oz. The celebrity physician had been nominated by President Donald Trump. I wasn't sure.
That was a, all right. Okay.
He's busy playing with his toys over here.
Yeah, just the new stickers are in. Oh my, sorry.
Roughly $2.5 trillion was raised from the S&P 500 index on Thursday amid worries that President Donald Trump's sweeping new round of tariffs could plunge the economy into a recession. In pre-market trading this morning, Apple and Qualcomm both lost 5% and 6% respectively. Tesla lost 5%, Caterpillar 6%, and NVIDIA fell by 4%.
That's some heavyweight losses for some big companies.
Yeah, the stock market is expected to open up already 1,000 points down
Oh,
in pre-trading market. And President Donald Trump said Thursday that Elon Musk would likely leave the administration in a few months, the clear sign that his most powerful and disruptive advisor will be wrapping up his work inside the government sooner rather than later. And there's your news.
And that's your news with Tomlin. Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three call. What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
good morning. Good morning. Today, Friday, we have a lot of practices underway.
Now, is it going to hold off? Is there any rain in the forecast?
I don't
Spring
know.
sports and rain do not mix, like oil and water.
It's supposed to be 67 degrees today.
Yeah, when I checked the temperature, I couldn't believe how warm it was because it
Yeah.
wasn't that warm. Yes, it was nice, but it wasn't as warm. 45,
we'll
50
see.
maybe.
We have a busy day tomorrow, but we have a lot of rain tomorrow morning.
Oh, so that could affect the fields for
Yes.
softball.
Yes. So here's the schedule for Saturday. We have softball playing 1 p.m. versus Noggy away.
Is that a turf field? No, they play on Breen's Field for softball, right? I think that's still
I
grass.
think that's grass.
Yeah.
Baseball, 11 a.m. start versus Noggy at home.
Well, we know that's grass.
Boys tennis.
Yes, we know
Not
that's
grass.
asphalt. Yeah.
10:30 versus Holy Cross home.
Well, that's going to be an early one. That might get caught with the rain. They might have
Yeah.
to postpone that one a little bit or push it back.
Or push it back. Yep. Girls tennis Saturday, 11 a.m. versus Holy Cross away.
Holy Cross, 3 courts.
Yes. And that's what I have for the schedule. And of course, tonight is a big night.
Tonight is a really big night.
It's huge.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
First game, we have South Carolina versus Texas at 7 p.m.
And that's going to be worth the watch.
I hope Texas wins.
Yeah, I'm all about, like I said, Vic Schaefer. What I want to see what he can do with Texas.
Yeah, we always have trouble with Texas. But anyway, UConn UCLA is the 9:30 second game. So good luck, Huskies.
Yeah, that's going to be a good late one.
Yes. And Saturday, we have the men's semifinals. We have Auburn versus Florida, Duke versus Houston.
So it's women's first, then men's on Saturday.
Yep.
Women's finals on Sunday. Men's finals
Monday.
Monday night.
Monday night.
Probably late for the East Coast.
Probably late, like they always do.
That is the difference.
Happy Librarians Day.
If you go out to the West Coast and watch football, you're done by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Could you imagine
6
that?
o'clock.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
It is. It is. All right.
Good luck, all athletes.
And that's the sports with Mama Manning. Wow, we got through everything quickly this morning.
We did. I'm looking for Mr. Mack. He might come down.
I thought he was going to be coming down as well to see if he wanted to talk any more about
We
the
did
UConn
move
game.
fast, so
What's that?
we moved fast, and he does have door duty.
Yeah, we opened it up in case he was coming back. So now
Yeah.
we get there and we have that awkward first date silence. We just kind of What's good? What do we do next?
Do you remember
think-
your first date?
I do. I actually do remember my first date. It was a Valentine's triple date. There was
Triple date.
6 of us,
High
and
There
we,
was a
school?
couple, and he showed up.
it was middle school, I believe
Middle school.
seventh grade, and we went to Friendly's in
Oh.
Naugatuck on
Please,
Church Street.
Please tell me there was a ruffle shirt somewhere in the story.
No, I don't want to be a pirate. So and we all went for what were they called, Fribbles or
Oh, yes.
and you got the ice cream sundaes or whatnot. And I do remember that I had saved money,
Oh,
and
very good.
I paid for the girl that
was
I
her
was
name?
with, Flavia Sullivan.
Oh, if you're listening, call us in.
And she couldn't finish her ice cream, so I ate hers too.
And that was the last
Such a
date.
gentleman.
Such a gentleman.
Such a
Yeah,
gentleman.
waste not, want not, right? So,
Was there a second date?
no.
No.
I don't, back in the day, like you had different levels of dating, like now they have, I don't even know what they are now. It's like you're talking to someone or you're, back then you were seeing someone
Yes.
and then you were
Steady. Yeah, no,
steady was the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but seeing was
and
still
then-
serious. Like just going on a one date, that wasn't seeing someone.
It wasn't pure monogamy at that point. Like hey, that's the only person I can see. You could see other people. Steady
It's
was
serious.
was the serious. That's when you were like,
Yeah, no,
that's the one
steady,
person.
You were like getting ready to put a finger, like a
Right.
ring
Yeah.
on the finger.
Yeah. So after that, then it was when you gave them your class ring. When class
Yeah.
rings meant something back in the
Yes.
day, right? So you would give your class ring to someone or your class jacket. So
Your football jacket.
your football
Well, I
jacket,
didn't-
your
And
soccer
I never got one till I
or
was
your
here.
soccer jacket.
Or for our older audience, your senior jacket.
Your yeah,
Because going back in the day, you'd get your senior sweater and
senior sweater.
And
Yeah,
your letter.
yeah. That was even before my time. We didn't have senior sweaters. You can still buy them from like Balfour.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you remember your first date?
Yeah, it was very recently. It was not middle school, believe me.
And where was it? Tell me Friendlies. Tell me ice cream.
No, it was the movies in Greenwich.
Okay. What did you see?
French Lieutenant's Woman,
Wow.
Meryl
okay.
Streep.
Okay. All right.
And my date said, I hate this movie in the opening 2 minutes. And I said, well, I don't like you.
wow, David
Uh,
was aggressive back
Yeah, I
then.
was gonna say, yeah. I was to say we're gonna assume that wasn't David at that
No,
point.
it was Frank. If you're listening, please don't call in.
And
Mr. Tomlin.
I honestly have no recollection.
Oh, come on.
no, don't hold up.
I of my very first ever date,
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's
I-
probably second grade.
Yeah.
Popular guy.
No, God, no. If anything, it would have been the movie theater at the new movie theater in North Haven. If I really can't remember.
Wow, you had that
Wow.
many first dates. He just can't recall which one was the
Yeah.
first.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I got the name right. I'm gonna have to go back and try to see.
Well,
Go
she
flip
didn't
through.
call.
Huh?
She didn't call you, so I guess.
Well, we didn't have phones back then. That was the other thing too. Is when you
You
called
had
someone,
phones, but you,
you
had
didn't
to
have, like,
schedule.
you didn't have cell phones.
Yeah.
You
big
actually had to
difference.
call and talk to her dad, and he'd be like, "Hi,
Do
But-
I have your
but-
can I
permission?
talk to
not
Beth?"
Even more importantly, you had to schedule during the day when you'd make the phone call.
Right.
Before call waiting, you get the busy signal.
Yeah.
You'd have to arrange with your friends, call you at 4, call you at 4:30.
Or like once they got in the early 80s when you got call waiting, or you can have 3 people.
Party line.
Party line.
Party lines, yes.
Oh
And
my
then you knew
God.
when she called, like her friend was on the line with her, listening
my
to your
God.
conversation, because you can hear a third person breathing, and you're like, "Oh, we are not alone." So you had.
I do remember the first time I called a girl.
Oh, I do.
remember.
Yeah, I can remember too.
I went to my cousin's house for moral support.
Okay.
Oh,
He backed me up. We walked through a whole phone call. I called because I was invited her to the homecoming dance
Okay.
High
at,
school?
at high school homecoming dance junior year. See, I remember this.
Yeah, there you go.
And I called her, and she never actually said yes. She yelled at me because I had waited too long. She's like, I have to get a dress now. I have so much I have to do. And then she hung up, and my cousin's like, did she say yes? I'm like, she yelled at me. She needs a dress. He's like, that's a yes.
That's a yes.
That's a yes, indeed.
Well, when did you ask her? The day before?
No, like
It sounded like the day
at least
before,
like 2
yeah.
weeks
It was.
beforehand. At
Oh,
least
2 weeks.
Right.
No, that's
But
not,
then I
that's
went
not
home and
cool.
my mom yelled at me, not because I asked a girl late, it's because I didn't have any dress up clothing.
Oh.
So then we had to go to Marshall's and we
You
got
didn't have a Green Bay jersey at that
no,
point?
no. Well, our
Shirt and
our
tie.
homecoming dance.
Oh, shirt and tie.
Our homecoming dance was like guys wore jackets. Like it
Yeah.
was like a junior promise. So we went to Marshall's and remember you used to be able to buy the suits that were like too long and you have to have them hemmed.
Yes.
So I bought one.
The off the rack, but
Yeah.
tailored.
Yeah. So I bought that, and then we drove down to Stratford to my grandma's house, and she like marked up and did all my hemming and things. And
No, we went to what was began with an H. Howells? What?
In New Haven?
No, it was in Waterbury. But we got a lot of our clothes. I'll have to think about it. It was, yeah, it's in Waterbury. I can't even remember the story.
The hemming trick that we used to do was you buy pants and you had to, align them, hem them to your size. And if you didn't have time to literally stitch them, what would you put?
Tape.
Masking tape
Masking
around the
tape.
hem.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
plenty
Mom
of
had
that.
time.
And then they came out with that sticky back fabric tape,
Yes.
and you would put
That
that. I
was
had
even better.
plenty of chinos that had that
Yep.
holding up my
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So
there you go.
and there you go. And that's your Friday, people. Looking forward to your memories and see what you have for your first dates and whatnot. If you have any, feel free to reach out to us and tell us your stories. We'll share them on the air with the rest of the world. 'Cause that's what we do. And on behalf of the show, don't forget, she's Mama Manning. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional. We're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify. We're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew.
Knocking down the door.